Hi, my name is Patricia Rigney. Welcome to my home. I'd like to thank the Rio Grande Valley Diabetes Association and Happy Healthy Valley for inviting me to participate in Cooking with the Stars. Today we'll be making a diabetic-friendly cheesecake, and here to help me are my assistants, Marta.
Hello, thank you for inviting me.
And my beautiful daughter, Madeline. We look forward to making a delicious cheesecake that can be enjoyed during the holidays. Now let's dive into the ingredients that we're going to use to make this cheesecake. My friend Martha here is going to discuss the first few ingredients.
Okay, we have berries. They have a low glycemic index, and it's great for a choice for people with diabetes, and they have been pre-washed. We also have lemons or citrus that are a good source of vitamin C and fiber.
Our next ingredient is stevia, which is a low-calorie sugar substitute. It actually has little to no impact on anyone who has diabetes and is trying to manage their sugar levels. The next ingredient we have here is actually grass-fed butter, which is a lot better than margarine and is very diabetic friendly. It actually does not contain any sugar, carbs, or trans fat, and it's an amazing substitute and it tastes really good. The next ingredient is the Philadelphia cheese. I've chosen to use the third less fat for its health reasons. It's very diabetic friendly as well. And the last ingredient is our almond flour, which is low in carbs and actually helps to manage sugar levels in people with diabetes. So we've selected all these ingredients with that in mind, and they are safe for people with diabetes.
These are the brands we're using, but you can use your preferred brands.
All right, let's get these ingredients all mixed together so we can get our cheesecake going. Martha, do you have any friends or family that you know of that are diabetic?
I do, and actually we have some parties coming up, and I'm so happy that we're going to be working on this recipe because it's something we can include in our parties.
Right, so that's something that we were thinking about when we were trying to think of what we should take to the different Christmas parties and New Year's parties that are coming up. And because we do have a lot of friends and people that we may not know that are diabetic, we'd like them to be able to enjoy the holidays as well. So we wanted to present a diabetic-friendly cheesecake that our friends can also enjoy while going to these parties. So let's get started. Martha, we're going to work on the crust for this cheesecake. Okay. The crust is some almond flour. Madeline, go ahead and put that in the bowl. Now we're following the recipe. It calls for a cup of almond flour, but if you feel like you want your crust to be a little bit thicker or a little bit wider, you can add a little bit more and then just adjust. We're using the grass-fed butter. That's also about a 1/4 cup. For the crust, that's going to be mixed up by Martha. While she does that, we're going to work on the actual filling for the crust, which is the cheesecake and the best part of it. So Madeline, go ahead, and we're using the fat-free Philadelphia cream cheese. Go ahead and put those in here. It's 2 bars, which is 16 ounces, which is what we need for the recipe. So we're gonna get those in there. You might wanna leave them out a little bit ahead of time so they'll get soft. It'll be easier to mix that together and get it to be a little bit creamier when you pour it into the actual crust. Our next ingredient is gonna be the lemon juice, which actually adds a really yummy kick to the cream cheese filling. Our stevia, that's about a 1/4 cup as well of stevia. And our last ingredient here is going to be a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract, which we didn't discuss during the ingredients, but it's actually also very friendly for diabetics, and we're just using a teaspoon of it, so it's not going to have a huge impact on the overall recipe. So let's go ahead and get this into the cream cheese mixture. Ooh, go ahead and put that in there. Great. And then we just make sure we use this on the lowest setting so we can try to avoid making a huge mess. And so we just want the texture of it to get nice and creamy, and so we can be able to pour it into the pie once it's ready. So we actually forgot the eggs, and that's the last ingredient for the cream cheese filling. Eggs are also very rich in protein and do not affect sugar levels for people who are going to consume this, who are concerned about affecting their levels. So we'll just get these in here. Can't have a pie without all the ingredients. Alrighty, here we go. Martha, do you want to get the pan? Do you want to mix that a little bit more, please? Try to get it a little bit smoother. There's a little bit of butter that you might want to put in. All right, the eggs are definitely what was missing. Now we have a creamy cream cheese filling. Okay. All right, so now let's get that in there and smooth it all over the pan. That's gonna be the layer, that's gonna be the crust. We're gonna try to get it, the pan is about 9.5 inches. And so we're gonna try to make sure it covers the entire pan. So when we put the filling in, it takes up the whole pie pan. You might wanna help, let me get you. Here, you can help, get a spoon so you can help her smooth it out. Like flatten it. Get all the sides, smush it down. You're gonna have to shape it. I think it's easier if you just use your hands because the mixture here tends to stick to your fingers while you're doing this. So it's easier, make sure you wash your hands and then you can just use them as a tool to get this crust spread evenly along the pie pan. And you don't have to raise it, but it's nice if you raise it up along the edges so you have like a little bit more of a side crust, not just on the bottom. Okay, that looks ready. Good job, Madeline. Thank you for helping. Let's see, here's the bottom, the crust of it. So now we're gonna add the cream cheese mixture and just let it spread along the pan. So while this has been prepared, we actually had to set the oven to 375, so it'll be ready to just pop it in the oven as soon as we've got the ingredients all mixed in the pan. Once it's in the oven, it'll take about 45 minutes to bake. As soon as it's done baking, you just need to let it set for about an hour, and then you can dress it with the berries that are on the counter, which is the ingredient we have not used yet. Go ahead and spread it evenly throughout the pan, like a round circle. Good job, Martha. You want to open the oven? Just don't burn yourself.
Ready.
Okay. So here's what it looks like. And we're gonna pop it in the oven. All right, so we've set the timer for 45 minutes and now we just wait, have a couple of conversations, talk about Christmas,
Yes.
Make our Christmas list maybe, and then when the pie is out, we'll show you how to dress it. Okay, so our pie is done and we've started decorating it. We waited an hour before placing any sort of dressing on it or fruit. You can have it without, but we've decided to go with raspberries and blackberries because they're also very, very low in sugar and friendly for people with diabetes. We're excited to have presented this cheesecake, this diabetic-friendly cheesecake for the holidays, and we hope you're able to take our recipe and share it at the different parties that you'll have coming up. I want to thank my beautiful assistants, Martha and my daughter, Madeline, and thank RGV Diabetes Association, and forward to another segment in the future for Cooking with the Stars. Thank you.
Thank you.